Okay, so today what we're going to look at is setting up geofencing in Springdel. And we're going to use this as an example of the power of on-device logic. So getting started, what we're first doing is we're creating two separate fleets. One is named Geofence Allowed, one is named Geofence Blocked. The two fleets are how we're going to separate the permissions between what's allowed within the geofence versus what's allowed outside of it. So this first profile, which we're making, we're going to leave it pretty open. So while we can set feature control, we're not going to bother to. Select an application and add it to this profile. This profile, once created, is going to be assigned to our Geofence Allowed fleet. So we're going to go select that, apply. That's created. Now the next step that we're going to do is create a second profile. Exit out of this, create profile, enter an edge. Then we're going to create a Geofence blocked profile. Now this Geofence blocked profile, we're going to add more of the feature control. So we're going to turn off things like Bluetooth, the Play Store, access over USB. Basically try to lock down the device to make it impossible for someone who took the device or inadvertently stole it or inadvertently took it home, make it impossible for the device to then be accessible. We're going to, on top of that, create a kiosk. Now this kiosk is going to be an empty kiosk, but we're applying an admin password. And this empty kiosk, what it's going to do is, unless you were an admin who knew that password, you wouldn't be able to access anything on the device once started. So now that those two profiles are set up relatively quickly and assigned to the relevant fleets, we're going to go back to our Geofence Allowed profile, and we're going to add one more thing, which is our Geofence. So we're going to go in to Geofence Allowed, click the edit button, just reviewing the profile there. Now click the edit button, and then we're going to the Geofence section. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to create a geofence. So we're going to say alert us if the device leaves geofence. And we're also going to select a secondary fleet, which is going to be our Geofence blocked fleet. Okay. And now we're going to add a geofence. So in the interest of some level of privacy, we're going to do a very somewhat wider geofence. So we're just going to go in and create an area over just like a neighborhood. So we're just going to say within this neighborhood, this geofence is going to apply. So we're going to select, so you just click, 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 and then the geofence is ready. So now that that's there, we're pretty much all set. Any devices within this neighborhood will be Geofence Allowed. Any devices which are outside the neighborhood will be Geofence Blocked. And once we assign this to the Geofence Allowed, we're updating the profile. At this point, what can happen on the device, like once the device is enrolled, is regardless of whether the device has like network connectivity or is connected to our backend system, an enrolled device in this fleet, in this group, will take on the geofence profiles, and it can work between the two even without network access. So that's what we're going to try to show later in this video. So first, we're just going to create an enrollment. This enrollment is going to be for Geofence Allowed. Once the enrollment's created here, we can start to enroll devices. So in the next steps, what we're going to do is look at an enrolled device and see the behavior exiting and re-entering the profile. So once you have that, we're switching to an enrolled device. So this device is enrolled in this profile. You can see the profile on the page is Geofence allowed over here. And what you're going to notice is that the Wi-Fi signal strength up in the upper right corner is going to get increasingly low and even disappear. The Wi-Fi is now gone. The connectivity status has yet to update, but the profile and everything on the device is still the same until now. Here, we exited the Geofence. Once we exited Geofence, you see this is the empty kiosk. We're going to touch around on the screen. So we're going to try to do anything. There's nothing that we can do unless we're admin. So we're going to enter the admin credentials. Entering the admin credentials and password that we set, we can then access the device. But the device here, we don't have the Play Store. It's gone. We can even try to do things like enable Bluetooth, and we see action not allowed. So the device at this point is in a lockdown state. And again, the only reason we're able to see all of this is because we had the admin privileges. Re-entering the kiosk, now what we're going to do is return to the Geofence area. So we take a minute, we've returned. That exit was actually done automatically by the device. You can see the profile is now again Geofence allowed. And you can see that we're now again able to re-enable Bluetooth. All of the features that we had previously are now back. Now what you'll notice in the top right hand corner is we don't have Wi-Fi until just now. So until Wi-Fi is returned, the application that we added to the device doesn't come back down. The application was actually removed when we left the Geofence. And so once we return, the application returns and everything's back as normal. So this is an example of how we can, even without a network connection, we can have the Geofence capabilities to work. All of the logic is on the device itself, and the device is self-monitoring. Thank you very much.